One of my friends, she came over to my house, and she seen a picture of me and him together. And she said, "Why are you with my friend's boyfriend?" And I said, "This is not her boyfriend, it's my husband."
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toller on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. Eric and Janice Hill fell madly in love 12 years ago and got married. But the bad times came, robbing this once loving couple of their marital joy when Eric went to the grocery store one day and never came home.
He called me and said, "Why you call the police? I'm all right." And he hung up. He said, "I'm never coming home," and hung the phone up.
She's a nagging woman. She's so insecure of me, being with other women and stuff like that. I'm like, I can't do it no more.
Janice wants to know why Eric walked out on her today on Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Janice Hill and Eric Hill. The two of you have been married for 10 years. You seek not to be married anymore. We have a request for transitional support from Mrs. Hill to Mr. Hill, and we will talk about that momentarily. But before we do, I want to find out a little bit about your relationship and why we're in divorce court here today. So, Mrs. Hill, I will start with you. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
I'm here today just because my husband had left me, went to the store, and he never came home. I was worried about him. I called police stations, called the hospitals, and I called one of the family members, and they told me to call the police again, and the police came to the house, and he said it was too soon to make a police report. But so he never did it before. He always, when he go to the store, he come right back. It's 5 minutes away. And I was scared. I didn't know what happened. Did he get hurt or something? And I kept calling the phone, texting me and returned the call. And the police called the phone and told him, if you don't call me or call the police station, they're gonna make a police report. He called me and said, "Why you call the police? I'm all right." And he hung up. He said, "I'm never coming home," and hung the phone up. And it's like,
Is this the first?
This is the first time it happened.
It never happened before?
Never
He's always
happened.
come home?
He always come home.
So in 10 years of marriage, it's all been cool, and then one day he goes to the store and decides not to return. And when was the next time you saw him?
I seen him a few days later. He came to get his stuff.
And then that was it?
That was it.
Mr. Hill, did you say you were going to the store and just walk away?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Can you tell me why you did that?
Because I don't be with her no more.
Do you think that that was a manly way to do it?
No, it wasn't, but I don't want to be with her no more. She's a nagging woman. I just can't be with this woman. She's nagging. I don't want to be with this woman no more.
Did it ever occur to you that she would be worried about you if you left and didn't come back without any word, like a note, anything, a text? "I'm leaving you, baby"?
Yes, it did, Your Honor. But I didn't care about that.
You didn't care about, how could you not care at all about the feelings of a woman who loved you for 10 years?
She loved me, I love her, but she's a nagging woman. I can't be with a nagging woman. Just want to nag all the time at me. I cannot be with her, Your Honor.
But you couldn't take the 3 seconds to text her and say, even though this is tacky as all get out, it's better than just walking away. You couldn't just say, I'm leaving, I'm ending the marriage, I don't want to be with you anymore, instead of putting her through all that drama of believing you were hurt, killed, dead, whatever? Couldn't do it.
No, Your Honor, I couldn't do it at that time. I didn't feel right. I felt like she's a nagging woman. She's so insecure of me, being with other women and stuff like that. I'm like, I can't do it no more. So I didn't call her or nothing. I came back to get my clothes like 3 days later.
Okay. And what did you say to her when you got back to get the clothes?
I didn't say nothing to her. I just came and got my clothes and left.
Mrs. Hill, what did he say anything to you when he got his clothes?
Yes, he did say something. I asked him, why did you leave me? Did you leave me with another woman, for another woman? And he said no, he was with his friends. He at one of his friends' house. That's what he told me. He didn't say he left me for nobody or nothing. I asked him why. Why did you just walk out and say nothing?
Did she ask you why?
Yeah, she asked me why, but I told her the reason why.
She's a nagging woman?
She's a nagging
No,
woman.
you didn't. You ain't tell me
You was a
that.
lie.
You
You was
didn't
a lie.
tell me
You was a
that.
lie.
No, you didn't. You ain't
You was a
say
lie.
nothing.
I
You
did
didn't
say
say
something.
nothing.
You was a lie.
No, you didn't. You say
You was a
don't
habitual
your
liar.
boy.
You was a
Go
habitual
ahead,
liar.
Okay, Mrs. Hill, do you believe he did leave you for another woman? Do you believe he was cheating
I know
on
he
you?
did, because it ain't the first time.
Well, tell me about other times that he has cheated on you.
One time he had cheated on me. This is 7 years ago. I was walking with one of my friends, and she came over to my house, and she seen a picture of me and him together, and she said, "Why are you with this person's my friend's boyfriend?" And I said, "This is not her boyfriend. It's my husband." And I asked him about this, and he steady lied. He lied. She lied.
Mr. Hill, did you spend so much time with another woman that the people around her believed you were her boyfriend?
No, that's a lie, Your Honor.
Oh,
I do
you
not know
lying.
what you're talking about.
You lying.
You was a
You
liar. You was a
lying.
bitch or a liar.
You
You know
lying.
Now,
that.
Mr. Hill, okay, now tell me about another circumstance. In the backyard, there was something going on?
Yes, one of my friends had seen him in the backyard having sex with somebody.
Yeah, right.
When Divorce Court continues, Janice relies on her gut instincts and on Judge Lynn's years of advice.
But I had him sign a promise note.
Yeah, right.
You had him sign a promissory
Yes,
note?
yeah.
Well, let me see the promissory note.
See, I had a feeling something like that would have happened.
Yeah,
I
right.
watched you too much for me not to do that.
Everyone warned you about marrying your mate. If divorce is the only solution, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Eric Hill, who claims he went to the store and never came home because his wife is a nagging woman. But will Eric fess up to Janice's claims that he left her for another woman?
At some point, you got to be man enough just to tell the truth and give her some resolution. Were you having sex with somebody in the backyard? It's over. You left her.
It's done.
It's done, and I get all of that. And at some point, you got to be man enough just to tell the truth and give her some resolution. Were you having sex with somebody in the backyard?
No, I wasn't, Your Honor.
Never happened.
Never. I do not know what she's talking
You
about.
don't
or her
know what
friend
she's talking about.
How he never knows when he be
Tell me
cheating.
about when you caught. Did you catch him over a family member's
Oh, I
house?
caught him over at one of his family member house, and he opened up the door, and this certain person ran up the stairs. I ran right behind her, and then he gonna act like they wasn't doing nothing then. But why she ran?
Mr. Hill, do you recall that circumstance?
Oh, he don't recall that one either, Judge.
I know the woman. The woman is my cousin.
It
that
was
she
not
claimed.
your cousin.
It is my
It was
cousin. I don't
not
know
your
what you're talking. That
cousin.
is
She
my
ain't your
cousin.
cousin. How she
She
gonna-
is my
Man, go
cousin.
ahead on
Mr.
with
Hill,
that.
let me ask you this, Mr. Hill.
All these cousins all of a sudden, huh?
During the 10 years of your relationship, have you ever cheated on Mrs. Hill?
One time.
One time in 10 years.
One time.
Did you tell her about it? Does she know about
Yeah,
it?
she know about it.
No, that was with the girl from the that you've been cheating on 7 years ago, huh?
No.
Yes.
No.
You
Is
had
it-
an
it was
affair.
another
And
woman?
You know what,
No.
Your Honor?
Mr. Hill, who was it? I mean, don't say who it was, but when was it? When did you do it?
About 3 years ago.
About 3 years
Right.
ago? Was it an
Oh.
ongoing thing or was it a one-time thing?
One time thing.
One-time thing. Do you know about that one?
3 years ago.
Yeah, you know about
No,
it.
I don't.
You do know about
No,
it.
I don't.
You do know about it.
No, I
You
don't.
do know about it.
All right, all right.
You do.
No.
Oh, Lord. You just been cheating the whole time, didn't you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Tell me about the economic situation, Ms. Hill. Was he carrying his weight in the home? Who was the primary breadwinner?
My goodness.
How did that work?
It's like, it works like this. Your Honor, he had told me if I paid the, if I had, He had told me if I take care of the rent, he would give me my money back when he get his unemployment. Okay, he gave me his bank card, and I supposed to call in for him to get his unemployment. I did so, and he changed the PIN number on his bank card, so I couldn't get my money. But I had him sign a promissory note.
Yeah, right.
You had him sign a promissory note?
Yeah.
Well, let me see the promissory note.
See, I had a feeling something like that would have happened.
Yeah,
I watched you too much for me not to do that.
Mr. Hill, have you seen the promissory note
I've seen
she's
it, Your Honor.
referring to? Says, I, Eric Hill, will give Janice Dowell Hill $200 on the 6th day of December. She gets food and things for the house. She will give me $50. This is out for $50. I'm not quite sure what this means.
Okay,
Right.
it means that he's supposed to be giving me $200,
Right.
and the other $200 I'm supposed to buy stuff, food and stuff for the house, and only give him back $50 out of $450. Ain't
Yeah,
no made up.
I got it.
Get out
You
of
signed
here.
that,
Now,
baby.
Mr. Hill, did you sign
You signed
this?
that.
I don't
You
know
didn't
where she
sign
got
this?
That. No.
So this signature here, you
No.
claiming is not
Forged.
yours. It's forged. Do you have a driver's license on you, sir? May I
Yes.
see it?
You caught now.
Thank you very much. And
Yeah,
Joe, I
right.
also understand that there are tons of paperwork that we give them. Do we have any of his paperwork with his signature on it? Thank you. Oh, that's you.
I told you. I watch it too much.
That's you.
Yeah, right.
I watch it too much.
That is definitely you.
When divorce court continues, has Eric's disappearing act left Janice homeless?
So I'm in a homeless shelter because of you.
You wanted to be there.
No, it's because I wanted to be.
You
Why?
did.
Who want to be in a homeless
You
shelter?
wanted to be there.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Janice Hill, who asserts her husband left her high and dry without a dime to her name. But should Eric be ordered to pay Janice's transitional living expenses?
I have to find a place to live, pay my rent for at least 6 months, buy food, buy stuff for the house.
You say you're homeless because of him? How did that happen?
I couldn't stay where I was staying because I couldn't keep up with the rent and the bills myself after he left me. So I'm in a homeless shelter because of you.
You wanted to be there.
No, because I wanted to be.
You
Why?
did.
Who want to be in a homeless
You
shelter?
wanted to be there.
Who want to be in a homeless
You
shelter?
had a choice to go stay with your family
man,
member.
please, it's not his responsibility to take care of me. It's yours.
Take care of your own self.
It's
Okay,
yours.
let me ask you, there seems to be such disdain between the two of you, just anger. Was it ever good for any of those 10 years? And if not, how did you stay together with this amount of contention for 10 years?
It was, Your Honor, it was misery. I was just putting up with it, you know? I was just putting up with it.
You both out there swaying. I'm getting a little queasy. Could you just, ooh, there we go. You say he is addicted to sports. Tell me about that.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
If a football game or a basketball game come on, I might as well forget it. We can make plans, but we gotta hurry up because the game's finna come on at 4 o'clock. And they ain't gonna win. He watched the same ones that don't do nothing. I mean, he just put that first before me.
You guys from Cleveland, right?
Yes,
Correct.
you know
You root
about
for
it.
the Browns?
Correct.
Right. They're having a
Go
tough
dog.
time.
Right.
I'm lived 25 years in Cleveland. My husband is a super Browns fan, and, sometimes he was just depressed because of the way things were going. Are they doing any better?
No, they're not.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Were you upset when LeBron left?
I was. He should have stayed.
Yeah.
For real.
How the Cavaliers doing now?
They suck.
Now you see what I'm talking about?
Right. Oh, tell me a little more about his gambling problem, Mrs. Hill. Does he do anything other than the scratch-off tickets, or was that it?
Yeah. One time, I got up, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Him and his friend was sitting in the dark on the porch shooting dice.
You shooting dice 3 o'clock in the morning, Mr.
3
Hill?
o'clock in the morning.
Yes, Your Honor, I was.
It's
correct.
dark. He out there shooting dice.
And she bugging the mess out of me. Once you come in the house, once you come in the house, what you doing out there shooting dice? Let me get this money, baby.
Now, Mr. Hill, nothing good happens outside anybody's front door at 3 o'clock in the morning shooting dice. You know what I mean? Is that how you roll? Is that what you're doing? You just kind of hanging out, shooting dice?
Right, didn't have nothing else to do. So I said, come on, man, you want to shoot a little craps? He said, yeah. So
you
shot
did.
a little dice, got his money, gave it to
Did
her.
you win?
Yeah, most
Did he
definitely.
give you the money?
No, he didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you
You
didn't.
little lie.
Oh, boy,
Yeah,
please.
right.
You just
I
go
did
ahead
give you the
on.
money.
Who gonna give somebody money out there?
Yeah,
Go
right.
ahead.
You my
need to
wife.
go ahead on. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cut it
okay. Okay, this is another time. One time, we supposed to have been doing something together, and one of his friends told me where he had said, you better go get your husband. I said, why? He said, he already done lost $1,000 shooting dice.
Did you ever lose $1,000?
I ain't never
shooting
lost
dice?
no $1,000. Probably like $250 or $300.
Oh,
Never
200?
1,000.
Yeah.
When divorce court continues, has Eric already done enough to take care of Janice?
Your Honor, we was doing this both together, but when I was working, I was basically, taking care of the bills and everything, Your Honor. She don't deserve nothing to me.
Divorce court returns with the case of Janice and Eric Hill, whose 10-year marriage has run out of time.
What was the final straw for you? Obviously it was when he just walked off, right?
Final draw was when he left me.
Yeah, just walked off.
And I'm staying in a homeless shelter because of that. I wouldn't been in the homeless shelter if he never left me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Judge, I mean, I know I have my faults. You know what I'm saying? Same way he do. But things he did, I still was there. All through the cheating, I still was there.
I was there too.
I was there.
I was there too.
But for you
Hang
to for you to walk out and say I love you and go to the store and never come home, that was it. I can't take it no more. You know, and I wanted I said $5,000 because I have to find a place to live, pay my rent for at least 6 months. You know, and buy food, buy stuff for the house that I'm gonna need because of you.
It ain't because of me.
Mr. Hill, you say you do mechanical work,
Right,
correct?
correct.
And during the course of your marriage, were you always mostly the primary breadwinner?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been unemployed, sir?
It's been like a couple months now.
A couple months?
Yes.
Yeah. But did you understand that she was relying on you economically
Right.
while they were there?
Yes.
Did you have any concern for her viability or ability to support herself if you just absented yourself from the situation?
But Your Honor, she get a check every month too, so she could take care of her own stuff.
But do you know she was relying on you? The check's probably not enough to support her. I'm sure the homeless shelter was not a choice.
The check stopped once you start working. They wouldn't give me my checks because you made too much money.
Yeah,
so how could I
right.
take care of me? But and as in, I was taking care of you at the beginning of the marriage.
What?
For at least 7 to 8 years. You
Mr.
just
Hill,
started
Mr. Hill,
working.
why don't
Cut
you
it out.
tell me?
Go ahead.
Why don't you tell me why you don't think that you should give her enough money to get back on her feet, since you were the primary breadwinner for 10 years and you just kind of rolled on her?
Because, Your Honor, we was doing this both together, but when I was working, I was basically, taking care of the bills and everything, Your Honor. She don't deserve nothing to me. She's a money-hungry woman.
Well, money hungry, not wanting to live in the shelter, they're two different ends of the spectrum. Mrs. Hill, you're seeking $450 for rent for 6 months at amount of $2,700. Purchases for the new apartment, $2,000. Money for food, $300. I think that after 10 years of marriage and support, that's more than reasonable. Consequently, I will grant you $5,000 in favor of Mrs. Hill. It is so ordered.
All rise! Parties may leave the courtroom.
Janice and Eric are working on their marriage and have been dating one another since the show. They have set a date for marriage counseling at their church and are hopeful that they will be able to work through their problems. Eric got his old job back and is finally starting to make some money, and they thank divorce court for the help they say they really needed.